My freshman year, I was like 100% sure that I wanted to be a teacher. And so I went down that path and I took classes that I was sure that I wanted to be a teacher, and doing all like the Naviance assessments and the career connections, it said that I should be a teacher. And then I got a job working at a daycare with kids that I would work with, and I found out that it's not the job for me, and then I really didn't want to do it. So my junior year, I retook the career assessments, and it said that I should go into like the medical field, and so I've since then been taking like healthcare sciences, anatomy, and I job shadowed a nurse, and it really put in perspective that that's what I wanted to do. And so after taking classes, it really does change your perspective on things.
When we first started this conversation, one of the things that bugged me was when kids were walking across the stage of graduation, getting their diploma, and you ask them, what do you want to do? And their answer is, I don't know. That bothers me. That means that we haven't done our job to help kids figure out where their strengths and where their passions lie. Through the process of all of this, what we found is that if we can not only help kids find their passion, or on the other side, help them figure out what they don't want to do, it is going to save them time in the long run. It's also going to help them make better decisions when it comes to what type of post-secondary education they should need, if they should need it. My path, my teacher's path, was a 4-year college degree. That we wanted to get an education, that's what we had to do. That's not the path of our kids. And so we need to enlighten them, enlighten their parents, and enlighten our community that there are other ways of getting around and getting to these ultimate goals that they have.
This is just the first step in the process.
So today, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand what propagation is and how it is beneficial to the plant.
At Kearney High School, we have put an emphasis on a very customized experience for all students. So we want them prepared for that transition outside of high school. So that means their social emotional growth, that means their academic development, and then that piece of career development.
I would just bring the boxes in a quarter of an inch.
I am a social studies teacher at Kearney High School.
You have your 1920s hat on. You're taking on the perspective of a real stock speculator in the 1920s.
In addition to my responsibilities in the social studies realm, I also have students that I am tasked with caring for from the time they are freshmen through the time they are seniors. And that's a really unique opportunity for us as teachers here to see them in their infancy, essentially through their realization of who they want to be when they grow up, and seeing that process unfold and getting to be part of that is really special. My first group of seniors are graduating this year.
Today we're just going to talk about our experience in Bearcat time from the time that you guys were freshmen all the way through now, your senior year, and just trying to remember and recount some of the things that you've done that have been really helpful.
Bearcat time at Kearney High School is essentially our homeroom.
Have you learned anything about yourself that you maybe didn't already know, or has it solidified everything you already knew about yourself?
For me, it solidified that I was a very competitive and organized person. We took, with the Naviance career assessments, all those, the Gallup Strengths Finder, I thought it built a really good profile for me.
So it solidified everything you knew about yourself, which helps you then going forward. Anybody else?
They really push the whole, we want you to find what you're going to do in life. So they have us take all of the assessments to find out, one, what we're good at, and two, what we're interested in, and then kind of merge that to find what could be ideal for us.
Robust career education has always been an emphasis at Kearney High School. I think with the new facility now, the facility has given us opportunities because we have the space. We've adapted our career education model based on what the Nebraska Department of Education has created, and those are centered around 6 career fields.
If you had to describe a small learning community at Kearney High School to a freshman, how would you do it? Colin?
A small learning community is, in essence, almost a roadmap that tells you like where to go, and then you can choose different classes inside of that SLC, and then you can experience what is in that SLC and see if that's for you or not.
Today we are going to be dissecting gummy bears to learn the directions and regions of the body in medical terminology class. We're ready to get started. Okay, so I'm first going to have you guys talk to your partner, since you guys are new surgeons. Where's your cervical spine?
Right on his bow tie.
Your neck, very good. So you're going to cut the gummy bear's head off.
Oh.
You're gonna cut it off completely.
I was didn't know what I wanted to go into, so I took like engineering classes and then a little bit of health classes just to see what I wanted to do. And then I decided that health was more my style, so I started to expand into that sophomore year.
Excellent. Okay, so then with the body.
I have family in the medical field, and I just decided that the hands-on, blood and guts sort of medical field was not for me, but I definitely wanted to help people. I heard about biomedical engineering and was like, that sounds interesting. Being able to do medical devices and create like pacemakers and prosthetic limbs and materials and that sort of thing, I really gravitated towards. So I chose to research the biomedical field and learned more about that, and I liked it even more.
I have an internship at Blueprint Engines. Blueprint Engines builds engines and sells them. I work on smaller parts of the engines so that they can put them together. In Bearcat time, we did a lot of like personality assessments and stuff that definitely reaffirmed my want to work on cars.
A challenge that we wanted to address was the amount of college debt that students are leaving with after 4 years. After that path of, I graduate from high school, I'm going to a 4-year school, and I'm gonna major in something, and I'm gonna have a job. We all know, we've all seen that that's not realistic.
I shared a file with false introduction with those kids.
Gathering your information, figuring out who your customers are going to be. So that's what Chapter 12.
Parents who come in for advisement conferences have mentioned that this process of going through this small learning community framework has the potential to save them money in the end in terms of college costs. It has focused their student on a specific career field, and with that narrow focus, they can apply for specific scholarships in their area of study and then have potential for even cheaper college. And so I think parents see value not just at the high school level, but they understand maybe the cost savings that they'll realize in post-secondary education as well.
I am a lot closer to figuring out what I want to do. I came into my freshman year kind of thinking, oh, I want to do education or music, and it hasn't changed much, but the assessments they've had us take have been a huge help in kind of narrowing that down and definitely making me go, yes, that is music education, that's definitely what I want to do. And it's rather nice just to know I have all the teachers behind me helping me.
One of the biggest takeaways for parents is that they see their child engaging in and having or taking some ownership in their educational process, and that it's not random, and that education is not prescribed, and that students do get to shape their future.
What are you going to miss most about Bearcat time, if you're going to miss Bearcat time when we don't have it? Maddie?
I guess for me, going into freshman year, you really don't take anything in Bearcat time seriously. And you kind of just goof off, you don't want to take the 100-question assessment. And so you kind of just go through it because it's so long. But then after a while, you find out that it's actually really helpful. And when you do take your time and go through the assessments, it really truly does reflect who you are, and it does help you decide your career.